The 13th of May each year is International Cocktail Day, having been the day in 1806 that the cocktail was defined in New York, a stimulating liquor composed of spirits of any kind, sugar, water, and bitters. I think the bitters is my favourite bit in that when I have something as a bit of a treat. And I do like green cocktails. I don't know why the green ones work best for me. Somebody who can mix you pretty much anything on the menu is G. Franklyn from Luxardo, who joins us now. Hello, sir.
Hello, how are we doing today?
All good. And well, World Cocktail Day on a Monday. That's got to be a great way of making Monday work a lot better after you've
Yeah,
finished the day job.
I mean it's the best way of starting the week in my opinion. But it's it's a humble opinion, but I think many people would agree.
But when it comes down to cocktails these days, I mean, it's the quality of the drink which absolutely counts, even if you've already had a few already. And we should always drink responsibly. But people are enjoying not only a cocktail made with alcoholic beverages, but also low and no alcohol too. And it's about the infusion of flavors that hit your tongue, which is the bit that you do as your gig.
Yeah, definitely. So, working for an Italian brand, we actually tried to promote sort of, clean drinking, as it were, but more so aperitivo culture. So we like to keep our drinks nice and light and really let the flavors speak for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, with Luxardo, obviously there's a wide range in the brand, the likes of amaretto, and also a rather interesting lemon-based drink too.
Yeah, so we have an amazing Luxardo limoncello, and obviously the go-to cocktail for that would be the limoncello spritz. It's just super versatile and great for this weather that we're experiencing at the moment.
And that's it. I mean, I think it's the freshness as it hits your palate, which sort of
Yeah,
perks you up a bit. And I do think that the combination of flavors in a cocktail and getting it right, as well as the
yeah.
theatre of the drink, I think that's a big part of it, isn't it? It's bringing it together. We love Tom Cruise and the gang in Cocktail. This is something you can live like a Hollywood star for the fact that you've got a cocktail shaker and you know how to shake it.
Yeah, definitely. The theatre's always a big thing, but first and foremost, it's all about flavor. And I think with that drink in particular, having lemon as a base, lemon is pretty much every flavor's best friend. So if you're creating one at home, you can really play with the versatility of it by adding whatever fruits and herbs that you want in the fridge. Maybe not chives though. Onion
Mm.
drinks, not so good.
Yeah, that's probably less so. But there's all sorts of different ways. I mean, basil makes an appearance, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah, I mean, basil would be the classic Italian herb of choice. But if you've got some fresh mint lying around or, thyme, rosemary, all of those things work really, really well.
Do you, when a customer comes to you, look at them and
Mm.
go, I know what they're going to order?
Not so much these days. I think when there's something cultural going on, like a new James Bond movie, you can pretty much predict what everyone's going to order. But yeah, it really depends what's going on, and what the weather's like as well.
Yeah, and it's about having a good time, enjoying yourself, and going with some of the fun names that these cocktails have as well. And some of them are a little bit naughty.
Yeah, there are a few a few naughty ones out there. I'm probably not going to mention any on radio at the moment.
Hmm. But it is uh, a part of the fun of it. And which is best, cocktails served by the glass, or when you get them as a pitcher sometimes to share?
I mean, for me, it's always got to be by the glass. I think, when you're crafting a cocktail with good liqueurs such as Luxardo, you really want it to be made to order for you. Having it in a big pitcher, can be fun, but I think it's a different type of fun.
Yeah, and with the fact that when you've got something like World Cocktail Day to celebrate,
Mm,
it might be time to think about doing something different to your standard. I mean, I do enjoy a whiskey sour, and not as
yeah,
often as I'd like to because it's got to be a good whiskey sour. And finding the right person to mix them, I'll be taking your details later. We can sort that one out.
yeah.
But finding the right person to mix one is the important part, and everybody has their own little flourishes that they add too.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's going back to that thing about flavor and, a good whiskey sour. There's another classic sour cocktail, which is obviously the amaretto sour, which we're big fans of. And, adding a little splash of amaretto to a whiskey sour or even something, like a dash of espresso liqueur or something like that, really gives it an extra level and something out of the ordinary.
But when it comes to the way in which the cocktail is delivered as well, does the glass
Mm.
shape make a difference?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, obviously, for something like a amaretto sour, you want it short, you want it on the rocks. If you were to put it in, say, a martini glass, for example, it just wouldn't have that same effect. And I think, a lot of digestivo cocktails as well, sort of like after dinner, you want that warming effect. So, having something in a rocks glass really, really goes down well. I think obviously martinis, if that was to go in a rocks glass, it would look like you're drinking some water, which if you're saying you're not drinking today, might be a good idea. But a little bit sneaky at the same time.
Yeah, it is about having fun. It is also about drinking responsibility. We must behave ourselves because we
Yeah.
know the after effects can be a little troublesome. Uh,
Oh,
but
definitely.
but it's quality over quantity. I think that is another important thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think with aperitivo culture, and I'm a little bit of an expert with this, having represented Italian brand like Luxardo, is all about aperitivo culture. So I think Italy has the perfect weather in the world where you want to spend a lot of time outside enjoying your time with your friends. So they don't want to get too drunk too quickly, and that's kind of what lighter styles of spritzes and aperitivo style drinking is all about. It's all about the fun and not taking it too far.
So can we recreate this in our own homes easily? I'm going to guess with a few
Ah,
tips from you and
easily.
some looking online, we'll be able to make the magic happen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, an easy cocktail, limoncello spritz, 2 shots of Luxardo limoncello, 1 shot of white wine. I know everyone's got at least 1 shot of white wine lying around in their fridge. A soda of your choice. Again, it's lemon. It's going to mix with any soda. And then whatever fresh fruit you've got in there, you can really personalize it to your tastes.
And get one of your five a day at the same time. I'm
Oh yeah,
convinced you've
yeah,
sold
healthy
it to me.
drinking. That's where it's at. Yeah.
That's the way to look at it.
Yeah.
And because Luxardo you can find online as well.
Yeah, we're sort of like an independent brand, and 100% family owned as well. So our distribution isn't as massive in the supermarkets, but you can definitely find us online, at all the websites that stock delicious alcohol.
Yeah, give it a search. Luxardo is Luxardo, the spelling on that one.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, I'm not experienced limoncello before, so I think I need to sort this
No.
one out. I shall be checking that one
Yeah.
out for myself, but again, also behaving. But I think it's going to be well worth doing to mark World Cocktail Day. I think it's something that I ought to put a bit of effort into. So that sounds like
Yeah.
a bit
I
of a
mean,
plan.
it's a great excuse for a drink.
But I don't drink often, so that makes it okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if I'm going to do
fantastic.
it, I need to do it with the right stuff. And by the sounds of things, we know where to go for that now. Have you got some great recipes online too?
Yeah, we do have some great recipes online. You can go to, I guess, Instagram would probably be one of the easiest ways of finding our delicious recipes. And that's Luxardo_UK or Luxardo official. And I am Luxardo_G, and I have loads of recipes.
Yeah, there's no stopping you. Creativity is in your blood, as well
Yeah,
as because this is something you drink to
exactly.
savor, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think cocktails, there's a lot of time, there's a lot of care, there's a lot of thought about the different ingredients you're using, why you're using them. And there's a lot to discover. And, if you're crafting a menu and you've got some real gems on there, like I do a drink with amaretto and wasabi, if you've
Ooh.
been hammering sort of copious amounts of booze, you might not appreciate sort of the nuance of it by the time you get to it.
So make sure your palate is fresh. You are ready
Yes.
for a little relaxation, and World Cocktail Day treats you well. For now, Franklin G, have a brilliant World Cocktail Day. Don't work too hard.
Thank you. You
Make sure
too.
you get to kick back yourself and have a good time.
Excellent. Thank you very much.